Disclaimer. Some of our content varies per video and may not be suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, in some content, we are critical of the video games, books, music, videos, and other creators on the platform. While we are a group-owned channel, our opinions expressed are solely on our own and may not always reflect the opinions of those associated with this channel. We at Novakast do not condone any and all harassment, IG, cyberbullying, doxing, swatting towards any of the people that we may be critical towards. How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video, and, well, we're doing another reaction, continuing our reaction of the, good lord, the content nuke of HASAN PIKER from h3h3. This has been, God, this has been a trip, just to some extent. Apparently, in between me doing these videos, HASAN PIKER has been temporarily, as I'm recording this, was temporarily banned from Twitch for making threats to a senator. So, yeah, you know, making a threat to the senator. I mean, Twitch, you're going to just temporarily ban him for that? I mean, seriously? He's making threats to a freaking, you know, somebody of power, and you're just gonna temporarily ban him. I mean, fuck, what the fuck you guys smoking? Seriously, at Twitch. But anyway, let's continue. We got, like, I want to say at least 42 minutes left. Anyway, here we go.
If you're wondering why HASAN's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there.
No, didn't Lebanon attack like a couple times already, or attack Israel?
They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling
Bullshit.
is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah.
Okay, let me see. I'm sure he's probably gonna read it, but I'm gonna take a look myself. Put on my glasses. So, October 8, 2023. Amid the 2023 Israel-Hamas war, several mortars and anti-tank guided missiles were fired by Hezbollah at IDF installations near Sheba Farms. The IDF responded with counter-battery fire and an airstrike that destroyed a tent Hezbollah erected in Israel-occupied territory several months prior. October 9, 2023. Again, amid the 2023 Israel-Hamas war, 2 mortars were fired towards Israel from Lebanon. 1 landed short in Lebanon, while another struck an open area in Israel. In response to this, and a simultaneous infiltration by gunmen that left 3 IDF personnel dead, the IDF conducted counter-battery fire and struck Hezbollah observation posts in the area. And then October 10. In the late afternoon, a barrage of approximately 15 rockets were fired towards Israel from areas in southern Lebanon. Iron Dome intercepted 4, while the rest landed in open areas. The IDF responded with counter-battery. Man, it almost sounds like, you know, they weren't just there, they actually fucking attacked. Now, I'm doing my best not to be, you know, take a side in this, but it's like, it's plain as fucking day, man. like like why Israel attacked Lebanon, because they fired at them. They're not as innocent. This guy's a joke. The friggin' Hassan, he's a fucking joke.
Started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him
The
the real
AI,
reason?
man.
No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground, Hassan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying
Good
about
Lord.
serve your agenda? All it does is further radicalize people. It removes
It does. It truly does.
any nuance, and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hassan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok
Yeah.
and Twitter likes.
So I'm a propaganda.
Or he's being paid, which,
I think a lot of people assume he's getting paid. That would be like the best guess.
we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is. And now,
Yeah.
let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel.
That makes me really uncomfortable with like having, showing the images with the kids in military wear. It's, I'm gonna say like it almost images like that, and I can only assume like they're trying to get kids to, put up arms at a young age. I mean, it's almost like Hamas is grooming kids. It really does. Grooming kids to become fighters.
Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal. Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born. They fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians.
Jesus.
Women are restricted from participating in the workplace and public.
All right, criminal laws, domestic violence, marital, sexual assault, examination by marriage, abortion of sexual assault survivor, sexual harassment, honor crimes, adultery, female genital mutilation, human trafficking, sex work and anti-prostitution laws, sexual orientation, minimum wage of marriage, male guardianship over women, marriage and divorce, polygamy.
Public life, homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course, punishable by death. They steal foreign aid from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for
Good
military
Lord.
use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires? And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar. That lines up with leftist values, or, well, they were billionaires. 'Cause they're all dead. They killed it all, they're all dead.
Really?
Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order, and nobody would be crazy enough to defend them.
Yeah, you'd think that there would be people that wouldn't be crazy enough to fucking, support that. But we're here doing this, yeah. Yeah.
Defended Hamas? Seriously? Okay. We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube. I cut out the
Okay.
footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can. In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English. And the two of
What?
them, smiling, wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's more than I expect. Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
Unfreaking believable.
Actually, no. I think it prefers more like
Bullshit.
Did this idiot really just say? Did this guy really, like, you know, make it out like people want to be held in captivity by terrorists? Like, am I going insane? Like, is that literally what this guy, like, just tried to imply? Good lord. This guy is, this guy's a fucking joke. He is. He's an absolute joke.
These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. HASAN peddling this narrative that they're sad to leave their captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly obvious these are traumatized victims who are scared for their life and doing what the terrorists are telling them to do in order to avoid any conflict on the way out. Oh, look at the sweet masked terrorist with his AK-47. He's so nice. Did you guys see how he waves goodbye?
Dude, okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is some crazy PR. They look traumatized as fuck. Wait, what? Bro,
Yeah.
they look like they're chilling.
This girl...
Bullshit. Bullshit.
This guy is so stupid. Like, oh, they're chilling. No, look at, and I've seen the video. It's like, no, they're not fucking chilling. They're fucking traumatized. You fucking hack. How could, like, honestly, how can anyone ever give this guy a fucking platform? I mean, seriously. This is so fucking, like, deranged. It really is. Chilling with a fucking terrorist. You're a fucking dumbass, dude. You're a dumbass.
who had her foot blasted off on October 7th and then operated on without anesthesia or painkillers is so sorry to say goodbye to her captors. She's gonna miss their hospitality, like being raped and being watched showering and changing.
The next week they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
Good
So
lord.
obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy. Keep waving. These movies forgot to cut out this part.
Freaking A. Even it's like blatantly, the guy says keep waving. You got this guy, fucking hell. Oh, you dumb fuck.
Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving. And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally not a fearful victim of terroristic kidnapping. Anyone peddling this nonsense should be embarrassed and ashamed.
Yeah, you'd think. You'd think. But again, we are talking about HASAN PIKER. And he's just gonna fucking, claim that this is okay.
Pathetic can you get?
The next wave they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Bro, they look like they're chilling.
All right, the Houthis is one thing, but he's not going to turn on Hamas propaganda videos and watch it on stream. There's no way.
He does. He does.
Okay, it's getting hard to defend him. Freedom fighters, musical shit.
Here is a video that came out of how Hamas produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
He could hardly contain his admiration for them.
Dude.
Their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
Like, that's fucking blatant, man. Come on. Them putting together their own weapons, like, what the...
Let's see how long he can go without offering any commentary or analysis on this Hamas hype video.
Oh my gosh.
Is that COD?
It's not fucking COD, you fucking hack. Okay, I have something to say. I'm gonna say it in a second.
1 minute, 36 seconds. No.
Can I, okay, so, I want to say this, because there was a time where people like HASAN PIKER and many others or at least a lot of Twitch streamers, were bitching at the fact that people did reaction videos. People like me and many others that were, just for the most part doing commentary videos as well as reactionary. It's stuff like this where you have people that spend like almost in a 1 minute and like 36 seconds doing just about absolutely fucking nothing. Not giving any commentary to the content, not, saying anything, and, acting as if that's okay. And then going out of their way to claim that their job is so fucking hard. Dude, you're sitting in front of a screen for fucking hours on end. Granted, you're trying to entertain people for hours on end, but I would have to assume that you guys have the chillest fucking job. I, for one, with some of the work that I do, I enjoy my fucking job. I do this because, at this point, it's a hobby. But I can only guess, or not guess, but I can, looking at it, you guys have it fucking easy, man. You guys really have it fucking easy. So, don't go crying. Especially with a lot of these streamers that cry that, reactionary content or commentary are parasitic or something like that. You guys, especially with the streamers that do reactionary content and then sit there for 5 minutes straight, or if anything, not even react to an entire fucking video, you guys can shut the fuck up. Seriously. At the very least, especially with this video, I've broken it down into 3 parts. Periodically, say my piece. Or talk about something. Where again, half of you fuckers that just stream all day will watch a video and not give any sort of feedback or criticism or fucking commentary.
Nice. He's taken his time to analyze and think. I expect nothing less from a journalist such as HASAN. Quiet everybody. He's about to speak.
He's not even a fucking journalist, man. He's a fucking activist.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? The fact that this guy, actually can, bold-face call himself a fucking journalist, man. And not give any... Especially with a lot of the videos that we've witnessed him reacting to. Not give any sort of commentary. Just, oh, that's Krause.
He's done it again. We love you.
We will continue killing your soldiers by our locally manufactured snipers. Wow, there's a little message for the Americans out there as well.
That is one big pile of shit.
Yeah. HASAN is a big pile of shit.
They're saying artisanal snipers. So, why am I showing you this?
Good
Because you're a fucking terrorist-loving piece of shit.
question. Why are you showing us 2 minutes of uninterrupted Hamas propaganda?
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a good answer.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because one thing that the Israeli maintenance of the apartheid has shown us is that there are no half measures on genocide. You either got to hit the full gen, okay? You can't do half genocide, a little bit of displacement, and then continue maintaining an apartheid state and maintaining an occupation, okay? Which is basically what America did back in the day when, we were building America, Manifest Destiny, right?
Hold on. You showed this to us because of Manifest Destiny? Oh, fuck.
What?
Are you talking about? This is just word salad. I mean, he's really...
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Not h3h3. I'm talking about friggin' HASAN. What the fuck is he talking about?
saying nothing here. So he has no good reason.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. He likes Hamas. He watches their propaganda, but he's not going to deny the violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the pale.
Oh, he does. He does.
There
He
is
absolutely
one
does.
Instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on.
Good lord.
Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
You sure about that?
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I
Yeah, dude. Fuck off. I mean, I personally am impartial when it comes to, you know, again, the political parties, but fuck. I mean, that's blatant, dude.
said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about? The Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again. Doing rape fantasies once again. Because
I want to look something up. Okay, I'm doing this on the video. So, I got an article. So, just looking at the BBC. Israel, Gaza, Hamas sexually assaulted and mutilated women on 7 October. I mean, that's not fake. I mean, you're gonna try to deny that people were sexually assaulted. And even the BBC, like in this video, it's showing a clip from the BBC. You're going to try to claim that women were not being sexually assaulted by, you know, groups like Hamas? Are you fucking serious?
because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys.
Oh, it's like, dude, you know, like, oh, like, that fucking look, man. Yeah, no, this...
Slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change.
Oh, now it's like now he claims that it didn't happen. No, clearly it fucking did when everybody was freaking reporting on it, jackass.
Change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people can't contend with. Like,
I can't believe how quickly leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. The vast
Yeah.
majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot, obviously.
Dam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
HASAN.
This guy's a piece of shit. He really is.
Maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. And each week there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But HASAN needs a rape kit from a mutilated body. It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect. This conflict
Yeah.
will never end until people realize that Palestinian liberation and Israeli security are not mutually exclusive. You need both, and it can be done, but not while people like HASAN lie, propagandize, and incite hate. It's people like him, ironically, that prolong the conflict indefinitely. There's no space for conversation, there's no space for rational thought, there's no space for nuance. My position on Palestine is like 5 degrees off from where HASAN is. And to him and his community, I'm the devil. I'm a Nazi. It's delusional thinking, and it's destructive to their own cause.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't
It doesn't matter. Fucking idiot.
change the dynamic for me even this much.
Yeah, sure, whatever, dude.
God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner. What is this?
And
Good
now,
Lord.
Let's move on to our next terrorist organization, Twitch TV.
Oh, good Lord.
Sinwar, Nasrallah, Dan Clancy. Of course, I'm being a little silly when I call Twitch a terrorist organization.
That last guy, Dan Clancy, he looks like a freaking weirdo, dude.
It's only a megaphone for terrorist propaganda. Dan Clancy has been the CEO for a few years, and under his leadership, there's been a few notable instances, one being reducing the premium subscription split from 70-30 to 50-50, which he reversed after Backlash. He also attempted to ban the size of sponsored logos on stream to 3% of the size of the screen, was also reversed after Backlash. So he's essentially achieved nothing. Oh, well, there is one thing. He actually laid off 900 employees.
Jesus Christ!
That one he did not take back. But here's where the trouble begins. He likes Hasan. He really likes Hasan. Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan PIKER. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch. Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts, let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan Clancy is the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my god.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked, I'm cooked.
This is disgusting. Like, I mean, considering, you know, some of the things that Hasan has said and done, and Twitch is... how often do you see that happen? Like, honestly, how often do you see that happen with Twitch going out of their way to create a video like this? Like, the head of Twitch doing something like this. It's like... What... There's some... It kind of sets it up that there's something, like, deeper going on in Twitch.
Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
I've been looking around and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere, where Dan Clancy or any top executive forced all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch break to gather around in the crew room and sing happy birthday for Hasan PIKER. How...
You know, I just realized, I think, isn't Dan like some kind of creepy fucker? Like, no joke. Because I think there was some things that popped up where he was showcasing his stuff, and he displayed content that was, you know, involving like titty streamers.
How humiliating is that? There's also a small issue of Dan being a total creep.
Want to explore clips?
Okay.
That's very nice. And now you have a clip feed.
Okay? What the? Yeah.
Suppose you
Called it. He's a fucking creep.
want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there, and now you're in your stories feed. Okay?
Okay. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's also...
Yeah, dude, you got caught in 4K, you dumb fuck.
You know, Dan, I would have let this creep narrative go. If it didn't happen twice, roll it.
You want to
Oh, good lord.
see clips? Swipe this way and now you're seeing clips.
What the fuck, dude?
The clip.
And he I bet you he has a monitor right in front of him. He fucking saw that. He saw that. It's like, dude, you blatant fucking creep.
And that's not necessarily the algorithm.
First of all, it's gross enough you're a creep, but what an incompetent idiot you are. You're the CEO of Twitch and you get caught with the fucking... You get caught with the girlies on your homepage twice? Bro, come on, dude. You got wife, man. Got daughters. We don't need to know about this. Don't want that in my head, bro. It's also a little bit disturbing considering, you know, he's these people's bosses. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so he's incompetent. He's a creep. He's protecting terrorist propagandists. So what's up? So what's the big deal with Dan Clancy? Well, what happened next is what really made me realize how corrupted and rotten Twitch is to the very core of the organization. First, let me introduce you to Frogan.
Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
She's one of
Oh, good lord.
Moderators.
Oh, good lord.
She's leading great discourse like Ethan's Islamophobic for saying, don't kill civilians. She has zero talent. She has 100 concurrent viewers, but somehow she's always on the homepage. She's winning awards. Nobody's watching her. Nobody cares. Why?
It's like, how, dude? The fuck?
Why is she relevant? We don't know. It's important for me to show you guys what an actual horrible person Frogan is, so that you can see who Twitch is elevating. So let's start with this clip. Ludwig, a large streamer on Twitch, donated $10,000 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. That's a wonderful thing to do, right? No, not good enough for Frogan.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate.
Good lord. That's a lot of money.
Throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Difference between, like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth.
What a bitch. What a fucking bitch.
But I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Why? Because he said he donated fucking money?
I know Arabs are dying, but, you know, I'm not going to tell you to donate. Do
Like, what's the problem with him not donating? Like, or what's the problem with him donating? Like, I'm trying to understand the logic here. I mean, all he said was that he donated fucking money. Like, what's the disconnect? I'm trying to understand this.
do whatever you want. Me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not going to promote it. Just don't say you donated $10,000. Look, if you're not actively believing, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your fucking money. Keep it.
Genocide of who? I mean, at this point, both sides are fucking in the wrong. Both sides are attacking each other. Good lord.
$10,000.
What a bitch.
Keep your little chump change, like.
Chump change, dude, bitch. What the fuck? No. I mean, it might be chump change to you, but fuck, man. That's not chump change. What was it, 100 thou? Fuck. That's not chump change. That's a lot of fucking money. You disingenuous piece of shit.
What do you want? Do you want me to say, like, congratulations?
Imagine being Frogan, a leftist living in LA in comfort, begging for her rent money on stream, and telling displaced and famished
emergency. Yo, fuck. Oh, it's chump change. Oh, I'm begging for money for rent. Yo, fuck this bitch. You disingenuous piece of shit.
Palestinian children. No, kids. You need to give that 10,000 back. Ludwig didn't pass my purity test.
Keep your fucking money.
But wait, there's more.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Yo, there's a particular word. There's a particular word that that perfectly describes, or is perfectly perfect in this situation, where it describes this type of person. It rhymes with runt. I'll give you that.
Oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro. No, fuck you. I hope you get PTSD.
Carpy does my makeup $5. You know, fuck you. Hey, if this dumb broad.
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media.
You know what the sad part is? You know, I'm gonna say this. The sad part is, I mean, our vets, our veterans are so fucked half the time. They really are. A lot of them, yeah, they have a lot of them suffer through PTSD. A lot of them, when they come in, they have to go through the ringer, especially those that end up going into substance abuse. So, you know what? I kind of fuck this bitch. Fuck this fucking bitch. This person doesn't fucking understand. This emotionless fucking bitch.
And rightfully outraged a lot of people. Here's how she responded the next day.
I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance.
Just laughing.
Fucking America.
You know what? Fuck it. What a fucking cunt. I'll say. I'm just gonna fucking say it. What a fucking cunt. I'm sure I'm gonna have to, beat myself out, but it's like, dude, like, you're gonna fucking laugh at that. You're gonna fucking laugh at that people are upset that you just told people that you hope they get PTSD. This lady has no fucking emotion, has no fucking morals whatsoever.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base?
What a cunt. Like, seriously.
Like,
I'm at this point, I'm saying that in the most offensive way I can be. What a fucking cunt.
Am I supposed to be like I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base?
The smug defiance Rogan is showing is only because she knows that Twitch will do nothing to moderate her.
Yeah, because Twitch has no fucking morals. You know, I mean, at this point, if I wanted to go into stream, like, there's been a couple times where, like, I want to go into streaming, but at this point, I mean, me personally, I'd rather go to some of its competitors than fucking, actually stream on Twitch. Because I don't agree with some of their fucking politics or how they, have politicized themselves.
Despite veterans being classified as a protected group in Twitch's own community guidelines. But wait, there's more!
Oh, good lord.
6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane.
Oh, you bitch. Fuck you.
And we'll recreate 9/11.
And these fuckers wonder why people hate them. These people like this fucking why that they get hate. It's there's like no fucking empathy, man. Like no fucking nothing whatsoever.
This tweet was the final straw for me. You'll notice
leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong.
The date is October 7th, 2023, the morning of the massacre, at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. At this moment, Hamas militants had infiltrated a music festival and several kibbutzim, where they began their wanton slaying of civilians. Here's what she tweeted. Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said, it's when she said it. While she's on Twitter celebrating, I was listening to the local news in Israel. Families were calling into news stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
Yeah.
The morning of October 7th, Israelis were listening to calls like this all morning long. Dozens of them. Imagine reading this tweet after listening to this. This woman should have moved on years ago to another profession, but for some reason Twitch is obsessed with keeping her on life support.
This is disgusting. Like, it really is. It really is fucking disgusting. That Twitch, the members of Twitch, actually, like, thought that this was okay to fucking platform. Like, seriously.
And instead of moderating her, they actually gave her an award, Together for Legendary Woman, in which she would get front page placement all year long. This is actually my favorite detail.
This is so disgusting.
She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Award, an award show put on by her friends. And then, the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice. It's up,
yeah.
It's down, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem. They tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star twice. What's this, fucking Mario Kart? You hit a boost up there or some shit?
Good lord.
Because Frogan is the two-time Rising Star champ, and because of her massive viewership of 100 concurrent viewers, it only makes sense that Twitch would give her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment.
What is this?
Her idea that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list. So the premise is who can say...
Twitch thought that this was okay. Members of Twitch thought that this was okay. Good lord.
Say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart. And this tier list determines who can say it. Top and most desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra. Now, why does Loves Sabra equate to Jews? Sabra is a well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list.
Hummus is so fucking good, man. Like, no joke.
For many, many years, so the activists are well aware of their status. Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel. It also plays up an anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem like they belong there. Watch Frogan and her co-host accuse
bullshit.
Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. Like, those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us. And like that's actual like cultural appropriation. Like people get mad when someone has like dreadlocks and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a hairdo. Like it's okay. People like white people are allowed to have dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks, but like.
I mean, I agree with that, but it's like, dude, you can't say one thing and then you can't say one thing's bad and then say another thing is bad is not bad. I mean, it's not like I always had this notion, like especially like that with people that claimed cultural appropriation, like people like people like a culture, so they they do things that are from that culture, and then that automatically means that that's bad. Like, no, if anything, it shows appreciation of the culture that they enjoy. I mean, I for one am freaking. I enjoyed being in, like, one of my best experiences in life. Like, no joke, one of my best experiences in life was getting an opportunity to live in Japan for a year and a half. I will say living in another country really puts in perspective or like as far as I like, it's from my experience, puts in perspective living in a different culture, that ultimately you are not the center of the universe, that you and your ideals are not the only ideals. When I was in Japan, I mean, it was gorgeous over there. Very clean. Very, very clean. But, freaking A. Like, this whole thing of, like, cultural appropriation is a fucking... I hate to say it. I hate to be one of those guys here sound like one of those conspiracy nuts, but dude, it's a fucking myth. It really is. It's actual it's if it's not appropriation, it's appreciation of the culture. Heck, you know, going back to something that's somewhat related to Japan, I found it kind of hilarious in that situation when back in the day when they were announcing Ghost of Tsushima, and you had a white guy playing the flute, and people were claiming that he was appropriating culture. It's like, no, this guy has spent years training to play on this instrument, and all because he appreciates the instrument, appreciates the culture, and you're gonna claim that he's appropriating it? What a fucking joke.
Like actually trying to claim our food, our desserts.
Just one question for you guys. Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s. Yes, they also like hummus, and they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture. You want to talk about cultural genocide? Well, here it is.
Yeah, it's appreciation of the culture, not fucking appropriation. You fucking hacks.
Racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag. Here's a hummus place we used to eat at. The chef is from Yemen. Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing your culture? Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point.
Yeah.
It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves. So bearing all this in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Love Sabra bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis or Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's good. All right.
Oh, good lord.
We all know where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my...
Sure it was, you bitch.
Well, obviously it's Love Sabra, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
That's easy. That's definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted with the head of the KKK, and he told her, more subtle. So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pulled me, one of the best-known Jewish creators, and immediately put me in Sabra. HASAN, by the way, who's Turkish, not Arab, is Arab. That's the good one. That's the good one. The Arab ethnicity is S tier. Then Denham's
good lord.
We don't have a category low enough for Zionists. Once again, calling out my Jewish identity.
Where's the? You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
And if it isn't about being Jewish, why would they put
what a bitch
hero in the thumbnail? One of the other most prominent Jews on YouTube, and the category next to me when he's not even featured in the game. Who's next down there? Anne Frank, Einstein, Seth Rogen, Schindler. Well, he wasn't Jewish, but they would put him down there, let's be real. It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So Love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist. And what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know, I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been gassed enough? So you're telling me you understand what a microaggression is, but you can't understand why a Jewish man might be uncomfortable with this. I feel...
Yeah. It just seems blatantly, disrespectful.
I feel like this is indefensible, blatant, obvious anti-Semitism, and this was greenlit by Twitch to appear on their main stage. How is that even possible? Right now, their sponsors too. Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This racial tier list was brought to you by our sponsors, Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This is an example of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the detriment of their own company's well-being. Wow.
Yeah.
After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live for the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response, permanent ban.
Oh, you gotta love that.
Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Yeah. Permanent ban.
Are you kidding me?
Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Ban. Why the
Seriously?
fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy?
Because he doesn't want to answer them. If anything, it just seems like he either supports or... No, actually, no. He just fucking supports it. It's clear that he fucking supports, people that promote terrorism.
They've been in. What the fuck is this? These are not even written like in a mean way. You are banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discovered around the same time as this Arab tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This
Are you
was enacted
serious?
right after October 7th, and it continued on for a year. And if you're wondering how you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it, which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform. He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made, and him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noticed. But Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months. When he created a support ticket with Twitch, it was straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the
Seriously?
year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored. Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started on October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call on others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business. He says he doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him. When Israelis try to sign up, it gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything to suggest that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So, when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that, unfortunately, you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result, we will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter. That
Yeah, fuck this guy. He needs to be fucking removed. If he hasn't already.
were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then on the other hand say it was an accident and they didn't know? This is
Yeah,
all very
bullshit.
fishy. A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't notice that. That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, and the little Houthi twink terrorists were all unbanned and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
So guys, yeah, we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it, and we're back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were like, oh yeah, they got banned on Twitch. Hey, be mad, guys, because we are back in the house. They can't stop it.
They did stop them an hour later. All
Yeah, they did stop him an hour later.
3 of the accounts were eventually rebanned. But the decision to unban those 3 creators at that exact time, and being 3 of the best-known anti-Semites on the internet, seems to clearly be trying to send a message. And then it was discovered
good lord.
that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines was previously fired from her job. publicly
Really?
By the British government. Why? She does not like the Jews. That's right. Their head
Oh, good lord.
Head of Trust and Safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist.
And guess where her very next job was at? That's right, Twitch TV. Apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets only mere days after October 7th happened. That's so
Jesus
interesting.
Christ.
It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like supporting
Yeah.
terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite.
Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's Senior Manager of Inclusive Marketing, Bridget Chermating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor. Read a damn book. This tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this, if they were still alive.
Yeah.
This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so high and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side?
I mean that's the go-to at this point. Because people are so, again, I've said it before, but at this point, especially in the political stance, people think by emotion, not by logic. People don't do their own research. They see they see, certain, some stories discussing, telling a story, or they see some news telling a story, and they don't do their own research. And then they immediately latch onto that, and then immediately get outraged. It's like, no, that's That's not healthy. That's not a way to go about doing things. What you should be doing, and especially for a lot of people, what you should be doing is doing the research, checking, fact checking, making sure everything is correct. Because it's not always one side that's correct. There's more to one side when it comes down to a story or the news, which at this point, especially with whether it be the right or the left, there's always something that's being left out.
This statement was made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing. Is that some kind of joke? Is this what inclusion looks like at Twitch?
Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem? I think it would be harder at this point to argue the opposite.
Oh, Bridget, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you tell me the answer to this riddle? What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm standing by.
Lord.
Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2011. This one, however, is from 22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The silence is so loud. Bridget said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with 2 Jewish women in social impact, who are both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this.
If she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch, what
Yeah.
the fuck is happening here?
This is insane. So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules. Take, for example, this clip
That and unhinged. Yeah, I have unhinged individuals.
of the streamer Destiny, who was
Oh,
permanently
God.
banned for what he said here.
It's that community's never worth engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too the risk of me like ending up getting like.
I'm gonna say this, like with Destiny, there were a couple of things that I kind of like I will say, like, Destiny has been hit and miss. There were certain things that I agreed with in terms of his coverage on topics, like for instance, I will say the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. But as time progressed, Destiny is kind of, I don't know, kind of fell apart.
Permabanned and my life destroyed because of these like inbred fucking disgusting losers. It's like, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
And okay, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent ban. Okay. Okay, has anyone else done that?
The Jewish KKK brigades out there. Just a bunch
Good
of
Lord.
fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine, okay? Every week there was another fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude. A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred, ultra-orthodox psychopaths that these inbred don't understand. Educated,
This guy's a fucking joke. He really is.
inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli
This guy's Hassan is so fucking disgusting, man.
flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Untrained inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to see clips?
Inbred.
This is so disgusting.
The clips, and that's just the algorithm.
Hassan,
Good Lord.
a non-Jewish person, is referring to Jews as inbred consistently throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-orthodox psychopaths.
Zero punishment. Hassan,
Yeah.
interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Zero punishment. Hassan, watching terrorist propaganda with zero critical commentary.
They do they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Zero
Yeah, it's like there was nothing
Hassan
done.
threatening a sitting congressperson. This one actually blew my mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said, he's done after this for sure. For sure he is.
For those
Oh, he threatened a senator. He got temporarily banned for that.
that may not recognize this weapon, I'll explain. Shinzo Abe is a former Japanese prime minister. He served from 2012 to 2020. He was assassinated in July of 22 in a stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed with a makeshift weapon that the shooter had built himself at home. So when Hasan saw this tweet that he didn't like, he posted the schematics in what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting congressperson, who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic threats.
Yeah.
Punishment.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
And this isn't just a Hasan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing zero consequence. I know it sounds far-fetched,
Exactly.
but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get not gonna fucking lie.
It would just be so easy to just, it would solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
Thing that happened.
Yeah, some of these people deserve to be removed from the platform if they're saying things like this. I mean, honestly.
I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
Yeah.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators.
Good Lord.
Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable.
Yeah, they should.
Will not change by choice, and so it is our moral imperative to enact that change through any reasonable means that we.
I personally think that, especially with, a lot of the stuff that's happened in Twitch now and in the past, they should be held accountable. And honestly, I think because they're owned by Amazon. At some point, Amazon's going to be looking at some of this shit if they don't already promote it, and they're gonna. I would only guess they just start cleaning house. Like, looking at some of the things that are said, possibly an event like losing, advertisers, and they're just like, fuck that, no. Clean house, get rid of a lot of these fuckers, and start following your rules and regulations.
We can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom. Twitch has given them a lasting association with a racial tier list with Arabs at the top and Jews at the bottom. These brands have every right to know. And they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruitment videos, and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing is happening now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame. He had so many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Yeah, fuck him. That dude's a piece of shit. So, anyway, that was, good Lord. That was, the content nuke of Hasan PIKER. Yeah, no, Hasan PIKER's a piece of shit. He really is. Twitch is ignorant and very, like, it's very blatant who they're siding with and why they're siding with them. I think, especially with, like, as a platform, it should be equal. There should be no politics involved. It should be, just a place to create content. And if you have rules that are against people who promote terrorism, then you actually uphold your rules. Not to play favorites and just fucking do your job. But anyway, that's just me, though. So I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. This has been a really irritating experience, and I'm glad to be done with it to some extent. But more likely, I bet you there's going to be more times where I'm probably going to end up reacting to this fucker. So, well, like, not H3H3, but reacting to stuff about HASAN PIKER. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, it's all in the description down below. As well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys next video.
you